Welcome to another Marketing RV with Rinaldi and Volpe.
What?
Say something.
No, if you said my name right.
I said Volpe.
It's not Volpay.
Okay, how do you say it?
Volpe.
How you say an E in Italian?
Oh, stop it. That's enough.
It's
I had enough of you already, Rinaldi. We're 28 seconds into this, Rinaldi. I had enough of you.
So if you were saying it in Italy, it would be Volpe.
Fox. Fox.
Fox?
My name translated as Fox.
Oh, right.
And isn't that evident by the way I look?
Absolutely. All the
Maybe
women.
Silver Fox.
Oh. Wait, I met Ettore like literally 2 minutes ago, and he's crushing me already.
I love it.
This is going to be fun.
This is my man.
This is going to be fun. All right, so go ahead, get into it. Let's talk about what we're doing, what we're here to do. Let's go.
So we are at White Dog in Wayne, just as we were in the last episode. We're kind of continuing this, sitting at the bar, and it's been so much fun because this place is rocking.
It's crushing tonight,
And
yeah.
we're getting a pretty good feel for this whole Fearless restaurant. I want to say Ettore, but you go by Ettore?
I go by Ettore. My
Ettore?
mom calls me Ettore.
Ettore?
Yeah.
He's new to the chain. He's here at White Dog in Wayne, soon to be opening up Rosalie's at the Wayne Hotel.
So wait, are we able to dig into Rosalie a little bit and talk to you about that? Do you know enough
Absolutely.
about it?
I know enough about it.
You know enough? Okay, we're going to get
I
there.
want to hear a little bit about your restaurant background because you have
Yeah.
a
Surely.
pretty impressive resume.
Right.
So,
Well, you know, when I started in the restaurant business, I started at the Four Seasons Hotel. Worked there for about 15 years. I was the maitre d' manager at the Fountain Restaurant.
Okay.
So I had a lot of accolades there. I met a lot of great people. Over the years, you know, we tried to keep in touch. We have a lot of fun. As a matter of fact, it's one of the reasons why I'm here because I reconnected with Clark Gilbert, who's one of the chefs at Louis Louis, at a party for Jean-Marie Lacroix. I think it was his 78th birthday party. And I said to...
Wait, I don't want to stop you. She just went like
just
off
sounds
the
like
charts.
really impressive.
Oh, I thought maybe you
I
knew
don't
who
know.
it was. You were
No.
like, if you could have seen her face, she was like,
I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's going to start rattling names and I'm going to need to get Google out.
I thought maybe you dated him in high school or something. I'm sorry.
Thank
Ettore,
God.
sorry. Keep
Not at all,
going.
not
Keep
at all.
going.
So talking to Clark, I said, you know, maybe there's room for me in the Fearless company. And, you know, a few days later, Marty texted me. And long story short, here I sit.
So I got to ask this question, right? Because you said the Four Seasons in Fountain. What years were you there? Do you remember?
I started at the Four Seasons in 1986.
Okay.
And I left in 99. I actually left to open up Davio's Northern Italian Steakhouse.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, wow.
I
Okay.
was the opening general manager for the restaurant in Philadelphia. Beautiful restaurant, second floor. You know, I was there for 18 years. Love Steve DiFilippo. He taught me a lot, and together we cultivated that concept. When I left Davio's, I was vice president of operations.
Okay.
And you know, we had 10 restaurants. I was part of opening each and every restaurant, and you know, service is really my background.
So, are you born and raised Philly? Or
I was born in Naples, Italy.
You were?
I came over when I was
Sort of like Philly.
yeah, well, very similar in
One of the
an odd
neighborhoods.
way.
They got cheesesteaks over there.
So I came over when I was very young. My parents came over. I grew up in Philadelphia, and
Where about?
a little bit of South Philadelphia, mostly Northeast Philadelphia.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So father Judge boy.
Okay,
I
very
went to
good.
Pierce College and a little bit of Temple as well.
So I'm a West Catholic guy, West Philly.
there you go.
You named all the Phillies except for mine. I'm in West Philly. That's where I come from, so West. Well, so just real quick, because I know you want to get into a bunch of avenues, but I was just kind of going back in my memory bank, and when I worked at Verizon, so you predated me being at Verizon, but when I was at Verizon, I had a really good friend that worked there, and he was very tight friends with Sommelier there at Four Seasons Fountain. And he may have been there when you were, and if you said his name, I would remember.
What could have been Stefan?
That's exactly who it was.
Stefan, yeah. As a matter of fact, so Stefan came to us from Lebec Fen, and then when I left, Stefan became the maitre d' of the Fountain Restaurant. So Stefan, very knowledgeable guy.
Is he still there?
No. Well, you know, they closed.
I didn't know that.
They walked away from that property years ago. Now it's called the Logan, and they're just ready to relaunch. They just had a job fair in the city, and
how about that?
they're going to relaunch. They're going to be the top 10 floors of the new Comcast Technology Building.
That's
So really
awesome.
exciting for Philadelphia. Jean George is going to be the premier restaurant, and Vernon is also going to be there as well. So it's a lot of fun going on in
So
Philadelphia.
you probably know everybody in the restaurant business because, like any industry, it's always a small world.
Tight knit. The big ones are tight knit.
And I
It
got
is
to ask
tight-knit.
you, when you worked at the Four Seasons, did you work with my friend and one of the leads in my show when we ran it last year, Natalie Matsu?
I did not work with Natalie.
Natalie,
no.
really?
No, I did not work with
Interesting.
Natalie.
So this guy, Stefan, I can tell you honestly, my wife and I have had some really good meals, and that one was one of the top 5.
Excellent.
In
That's
a-
amazing.
In many,
you can
many
remember
years.
the meal.
No, it was incredible, and he took great care of us. Like, obviously, they had such a great name back then. When we went, I want to say maybe it was like, I'm trying to think of when I left there. So it could have been, it was 2000, 2001, 2002, in that range.
Sure, absolutely.
And it was just amazing. She would attest to it. It was one of the better meals we've had in a long time.
Well, one of the things that I learned from the Four Seasons was that emotional connection that you make with your guests. And one of the things that they do very well here at Fearless and especially at White Dog is connecting with the guests and really making them feel special and trying to find ways to elevate the experience. Obviously, the food has to be great, the service has to be wonderful, but it's the connection that we make with people that really bring people back. And I think that's what you remembered.
Oh, there's no question. No, listen, when you ignite multiple senses, like sometimes it can be about taste,
Yeah.
but when it's about taste and sound and feel, and it just brings everything together. Like I'm a true goofball when it comes. Like I can't talk to you about wines, but I know when I like one,
Right.
and I know why I like it, right? And same thing with food and an experience. I like customer. I'll tell you a story, right? So you said Four Seasons. I'll bring up your arch nemesis. Remember the Ritz-Carlton?
Of course, I love the
we-
Ritz-Carlton.
So we stayed at the Ritz-Carlton, and I remember a conversation I had with my wife. We stayed at the Ritz-Carlton in San Francisco, part of our honeymoon. And I remember when we walked up, now, first of all, I'm a kid. Like, I'm 27, 26 years old. I got my hat on backwards. We're driving. Ask my wife. She'll still
my
laugh.
God.
I rented a white Mustang convertible.
Of course.
So we pull up literally. Well, the only reason why I did that is because we were going to Sonoma, and I wanted to drive Route 1
Nice.
with no top. So I got it, and she was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" Because I am the opposite of a Mustang guy. So we pull up directly behind Morgan Fairchild's limo. I mean, if you could have seen the look she shot us on the way out. But we get out of the car, and the guy takes our bags and says a couple things, and he takes my info, Mr. Volpe, whatever. We passed 6 people on the way to the front desk, and everybody knew my name. Mr. Volpe, Mrs. Volpe, congratulations.
Oh, my God.
Wait, I couldn't figure it was driving me nuts because I got to the 6th guy and I'm like, how the shit are these people getting this? So for the next 3 days, it was my complete job to figure out what they were doing. And I don't know, can I give away the secret? Am I
Sure,
allowed?
please do.
So they had microphones in their wrists.
Oh,
They had in
no.
their sleeves.
Really? You
and,
knew this?
And so here's what he would do.
Yes.
I had a Phillies cap on. I had a red Phillies cap on the one day, and I turned around just to say, I think I turned around to ask him, how the hell do you guys know this? And as I did, I saw him go, Volpe, party of 2, Gene and Dana. He's in the red cap. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
Hysterical.
He let the cat out of the bag.
But to me, like to see the work that goes behind the scenes in customer service
That's neat.
was huge. It was humongous,
Wow.
and we've been to Ritz-Carlton multiple times since then because of that experience.
Just because of that.
Huge. Well, not only that, but the homemade
Well,
cookies
yeah.
and all the stuff they do for you. They're good people, man. This
That's
Four
incredible.
Seasons
Did
is
you
the same
guys do
milk.
the same thing at Four Seasons? Did you do the same kind of thing?
We did not. No, I
But
couldn't.
you-
I couldn't give away. I swore many years ago that I would never give up our secrets.
I love it.
You'd
I
have to
love
kill
it.
us,
But they
right?
had their
But-
own
but-
secrets.
yeah.
You had your own secrets.
How
and it
about
worked.
that?
And it worked because they're always the top 2 chains. I mean, when you think about going somewhere in style, what do you think about?
I didn't even know that they
that crazy?
did that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
That's crazy.
And you're right. Look at the good marketing from customer service. You remembered it because of the experience
Yep.
and the emotional connection. Love it.
So let's talk a little bit about. So your job. Tell me exactly, in 10 minutes or less, what your job is here. What is your primary function at White Dog?
Well, at White Dog, I'm here learning the culture. I'm here learning the guests. We're going to open up down the street maybe 5 minutes. So it's really important to
I
know
can't wait
the
to
people
hear about
that
that.
are in our neighborhood.
Right.
And to get to know the people the players that are in this town. In addition to that, it's obviously, I have to make myself valuable. Training is my thing. I like to, someone a long time ago told me I'm a very good teacher. I know how to explain things, I know how to break it down, and I know how to say it in a few different ways so people understand. And, every restaurant needs a fresh set of eyes to look at what's going on. And White Dog does a wonderful job. I mean, think about it. 3 White Dogs. This restaurant, Marty categorized it as the little restaurant that could, because it's always so busy. It's always so energetic. It's growing still today. We're going to open another White Dog in Glen Mills probably at the end of the summer.
Can't wait.
So all wonderful things. Marty's a bit of a visionary, you know. He not only sees what works, but he sees that, you know, reinvesting into his company makes a lot of sense, because things need to be fresh, and the people need to be excited. We need to be engaged with our management team and our serving staff, bartenders, our chefs. Merrick, the chef here, who's going to be the chef at Rosalie, I mean, the boy is fantastic.
Yeah.
I went to a tasting that he did with some of the upper level managers at Fearless. Wow, he blew my socks away. After that day, I knew I was going to join the team.
Oh yeah.
With a name like Merrick, were you a little skeptical at first? Come on, being a paisan and all.
Not at all.
No,
you know,
'cause you knew.
names are. I was, when I sat down and tasted the food, like I
Really?
said, I was blown away. It reminded me of Manhattan.
Really?
Restaurants that I've been to in Manhattan, the style of cooking that he has. I mean, we're calling it Italian soul food, but regional, a little bit eclectic, really well done technique.
Where did you get that name, Italian Soul Food? Because I swear the
That's
first time I
American.
saw it was 2009 in a book called Gravy Wars.
Oh, really? That's your book, isn't it?
Yes, it is. You caught her. Oh, you got her.
So tell us, what's the menu going to look like? Or will we get to talk to Merrick?
I think you'll talk to Merrick. Let him explain it to you.
Okay.
We did a small tasting of a few different things. We're passing ideas around, but very regional.
I'm happy
authentic.
to share any of my family restaurant recipes if you
Excellent,
want.
excellent. Well, you know, we look forward to.
Gene's
Are you going to
yeah,
cook as well?
right. Sure, if you'd like.
Yes,
but it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
going to be nearly as good as Merrick's.
No, listen, I think my job in my next life is to be a food critic. Like, I would love to come and sit with him and say, this is fantastic.
I feel like you already are.
Oh, no, I totally am.
Not
And
paid.
actually,
What
do
do
you
we
know
have
what
here?
this is that he just
Yes,
laid in front of me?
that's the potato cakes. Yes.
So so here's what happened. So you probably heard me when you hear the podcast again. You're going to hear me talking off mic a little bit while you guys were having the conversation because I
you're
was
gonna
talking to
eat.
your guy.
Save me a
and
piece of
he
that.
was telling. Oh, absolutely, I will. So tell us what he just brought us.
This is a potato cake. It's garnished with a crispy prosciutto and just a little bit of horseradish crema that's sprinkled on it. It's
wow.
delicious.
Should I
It's
take a
melting
picture
in
of
the-
it? Should I
Yeah,
take a picture?
definitely,
And
yes.
we'll Instagram it when we promote.
Yes, we will,
Okay.
because everything is plated so exquisitely here. You know, it's so funny. I got to say this. I'm going to sound like a goof, but, you know, the main line, everybody is well appointed. Everybody takes care of the way they look, and it kind of mirrors what you see, what you're served here at the restaurant. I mean, you look at the decor, you look at every plate that comes out because we're watching them. Even the drinks, everything is just so.
You know, it's meticulous. Len Boris is our beverage director, and he puts a lot of time, effort, and thought into all the different cocktails that we serve, and the wines and the beers, and then there's a great training program behind it to educate the bartenders and the staff on what we're actually serving, and then to take it to the next level. You know, there's a precision in the mixology that the bartenders have,
Wow.
even with local ingredients and the garnishes that we choose to use.
Sure.
So it's a lot of fun. We try to perfect our craft. Every day our goal is to strive for perfection. We will never reach perfection, but we're always going to strive to
Well,
get
But
there.
the
way to
chase
get
is
there.
what makes it fun, though.
Isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah,
the
it
chase
keeps me
is
excited about what we do.
Yep.
You can feel the positive energy among the staff, too. I mean, we're sitting here, of
Yep.
course, you know, Jamie broke the ice. Everybody knew we were coming.
Right.
But everybody's just been so positive and so nice. I mean, the bartender, I don't know if he knew who we were. I'm setting up a laptop microphone, and he's just pouring water, giving us drinks.
He said, what are they doing at the end of the bar there?
Well,
Picking up some valuable seats.
Listen, it's funny. It's funny when we go into places like we do pretty much all of our stuff from restaurants, and the looks we get from people are funny.
Yeah.
But now when they see the higher ups at the restaurant sit with us, they
Yeah,
go,
now it's
"Who
like,
are those two in
this
the
is
corner?"
important,
And they're getting
yeah.
food delivered. What's going on over there? So.
What kind, I want to know, what kind of atmosphere, what kind of experience are you looking to create at Rosalie's?
Rosalie is going to be, it's going to be,
I'm thinking like north end of Boston instead of East Boston where the true Italians
I
are.
think elegant but approachable.
Okay.
We don't want to make it, too. I don't want it to be a place where you just come on celebrating a birthday or an anniversary. I want people to come on Tuesdays. I want them to come just for a night out. I want them to come just to have some great food. I want them to come to the bar. I want them to celebrate their special occasions there as well. So it has to be something for everyone.
Okay.
It's extremely important for us, to, not to be too
Stuffy?
Stuffy is a good word. Yeah.
Well, main line is good for that. I mean, let's call it what it is.
It is generally kind of stuffy, but you bring in an Italian.
I don't see a lot of stuffy restaurants, though.
Well, so no. I'm not saying that it is stuffy, but I'm saying that's
the image is.
Yeah, that's certainly the image, right? Rich people, which I happen to like rich people, but so if you're rich, hit me up.
Anytime, right?
Yeah, but no. But so here's an interesting thought that crossed my mind as you were talking about as you were kind of laying out the way that the restaurant's going to lay out. I don't know if you were here for this, but my wife is half Sigi. She's half Sicilian.
Oh, Sicilian, great.
Other half Abruzzi, right?
So she's half Italian.
So she's what?
Oh, you heard me.
No, I don't care if I heard you. Listen, here's the deal. If she heard you, you have big problems.
No, a lot of Sicilians don't want to say they're Italian. They're Sicilian, and they're very proud of it.
Because of the Abruzzi side.
No,
that's you, right? You're
no.
Oh, no.
I'm a mutt. I'm 75% Italian, 25% everything else.
I'm 75% Abruzzi.
Yeah.
25% Sicilian. I usually just say I'm all Italian, but
I do too. I'm Italian. That's how I grew up too. But listen, if you want to see if you want to test my wife's Italian, when I bring her, just test her for 3 seconds. You'll know real quick that she's Sicilian. It's easy to tell. A lot of F-bombs. But my wife is very well known in the family for never eating meatballs out. She hates eating Italian out. Okay? She let me say it this way. She doesn't like eating Italian out. She hates eating meatballs out. And not that you're going to serve meatballs at Rosalie, but what would be your counter to that? Because my wife would say to you, Ettore, I'm not coming.
Well, we're probably not going to serve meatballs, so I'm not too worried about it.
That's what I mean, yeah. So I probably not meatballs.
All our pasta is going to be...
That's a very American thing, actually.
It is American. Right? We're going to all homemade pastas. It's going to be, a little more authentic and a lot more, specific to different regions.
Some more home style. You'll probably have a whole northern Italy kind of menu.
It really depends. I think it's going to change depending on the season, depending on what's available to us. I mean, Merrick is very in tune to what the freshest ingredients are and what we can get our hands on today.
Right.
And so we're going to follow the same premise that these guys are. It's all going to be locally sourced.
Well, I'm not sure if it'll all be. I mean, we will be locally sourced to a certain extent, but I think that we'll probably go outside of the box a little bit.
You sort of have to with Italian a little bit. You got to get the olive oils and you got to get the good stuff. I get that.
You have to import some things.
Yeah.
I think that we're going to have a little lounge area. We're going to have private dining. We're going to have a beautiful bar.
Piano action.
Well, there is a piano, so hopefully there'll be some live music there on the weekends. So
awesome.
So it'll be another reason for people to come.
Right, that sounds nice.
I think hospitality behind great food is what's going to just keep bringing people back. Like I said, we have to read the guests properly. If you're celebrating, we're going to put on a celebration. If you're here on a business meeting, we're going to give unobtrusive service.
Right.
And if you're here just to have a good time, we're going to entertain you best we can.
And listen, I'm going to tell you from somebody who reads people well and somebody who likes people generally, and I think I'm also skeptical, right? Like I can smell an asshole from a mile away. I know.
Like it is.
No, and I do. And I don't tell it. Sometimes I just go away from it. Like I just keep my mouth shut and go away. But I can tell you that I can, just from being here for 15 minutes with you, I can't wait to eat in your place.
Excellent.
Because I know that I just sense that you're gonna tend to me and my wife and our table the way that maybe my uncle would.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not has nothing to do with your
Absolutely.
age, but you know what I'm saying, right?
Oh, was that a shot?
No,
then,
it wasn't. And you'll know. Trust me, you'll know when it's a shot. That was not a shot at all, because we're probably about the same age.
Right.
But no. I just feel like I'm intrigued and excited by this concept, and I don't really know anything about it yet.
I just feel like Ettore brings passion and like so much knowledge from all of his experience in the business.
And he's comforting too.
That's a big compliment because to me, if you don't have passion in what you're doing, then while you're doing it, do something that you enjoy doing. We only get one chance at this thing, right?
Right, one
One
go around,
chance. I love it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
When will it open?
Well, we're shooting for the end of the summer.
The end of the summer for both Rosalie and the other White Dog in Glen Mills.
That's correct.
Yeah, let's go ahead and speed that up.
Yeah, I'd like to as well.
I'm with you on
Hopefully
that. If I can
Marty's
help.
listening, and can we speed it up, Marty?
Yeah, but you know what? The restaurant business in the summer is a little slow. Although
I guess it could be, yeah.
The hotel, I'm going back years. When my husband and I first met, we ate there one of our first dates. And it was in the dead of summer, and we sat outside on the porch. It was just so nice.
That's
I had my
gorgeous,
little
isn't it?
sundress on, trying to impress him.
Yeah, we'll have the porch as well. We'll have seats out
That's
there.
going to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been down to the Wayne Hotel? Have you?
That was the last time, and I'm going back
All the
almost
way.
20 years.
Okay, because
Yeah.
it is really a nice space. So
It
now
is.
I got to dig into probably the biggest question that our listeners have right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So typically fine dining, when you do traditional, straight, good fine dining, it is morsels of food.
Oh, right.
Which is completely so. I always think about the French, and I love French food. I love all kinds of food, but I know that when I go and have a fine dining meal at a French restaurant, I have to stop and get a burger on the way home.
Have
No
you ever
offense.
Have you ever been to an Italian restaurant and felt that way?
This is where I'm. No.
No.
But typically, most of the Italian restaurants I've been to are family style,
True.
and not what you're going after. So I'm curious, and I don't think you're going to jam all kinds of stuff down my throat, but. Tell me about the portion size. Like, what do you? You might not even know that yet, but what are you thinking?
Well, I do know from the tasting and from speaking to Merrick and Marty that we'll have some share dishes, so they'll be a little bit larger for people to share. Pasta dishes, are traditionally a little bit smaller because we want you to have room for entrees.
Right.
Sure.
Or you can have a pasta for entree,
entree, right.
and it might be a little bit of a bigger portion. We'll be open for lunch as well. Brunch will be part of what we do. So I think the portion sizes are going to be great. I'm a big eater. I like to eat. I like to give value. And value doesn't mean there's going to be a lot of food. Value means that you're going to leave feeling, wow, that was a nice experience.
And it was good food. Now, Jamie told us that Merrick actually went to Italy to study how pasta was made and whatnot. I have a friend from Italy as well, who's also a chef, and she goes on these no-carb diets a lot. So last time she was in Italy, I want to say it was about a year and a half ago, she was on her no-carb diet. She said, I don't know what I'm going to do. She said, I'm just going to have to go off the no-carb diet because when she goes to visit her family, they all make pasta, right?
It's crazy.
She said, Lorraine, I ate so much pasta, and we didn't even do as much walking as we usually did. She didn't gain an ounce.
Really?
She found out that the pasta there that is made with just the natural ingredients, no additives. When they import it or export it to America, they have to add all kinds of crap
that
to
makes
meet
sense.
our FDA rules.
Listen, we're the shithole of food.
No, but
we
do you
really are.
understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Our government forces them to put additives
No,
in
this
the
is
wheat products.
this is the sewer of food. Our country is the sewer of food. This is why we have more fat Americans than anybody else has per capita in the world.
But pasta doesn't necessarily have to put weight on you. If we
Agreed.
could eat it like the
No, I agree
Italians
with
eat
that.
it.
Everything in moderation, huh?
Well, that's
Everything
true.
in
You
moderation.
need it. Listen.
Look at him being like the sensible guy.
But
he
he's
is.
right, because I'll tell
is
you,
right.
I will tell you that I've said this many times. If my doctor said, stop eating cheesesteaks, stop eating hoagies, stop eating chicken parm, or you're going to die, I'm dying.
You're going to die with a grin on your face and your belly
100%.
full.
There's not two ways about it,
What are
man.
you trying
No-
to get
no
to a
regret.
point where you want to be able to sit the plate right on your belly? Is that what you're looking for?
I don't really care where it ends up if I'm dead. I don't care.
I'm only kidding because Gene's in great shape. Anybody that Googles him
Oh,
can see he
I
works
see
out
what
like
you
crazy.
did there.
Yeah,
I
duh.
totally missed that one over my
Yeah.
head. Thank you very much.
It slid right off the
Damn you, Rinaldi. You're the
All right,
worst.
how
So
we get
did you taste the potatoes yet?
No, only because
All right.
I didn't want to mess with it while we're on air.
Right.
Go ahead, taste it, and we'll tell
Do it?
everybody.
Well, wait, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because I think you could go down a path here, and I think we could probably really end. So it's a marketing show for the most part, and for the last 23 minutes we've talked about food,
Yeah.
which I don't think anybody cares about. I don't mean it that way.
We
I
talked
mean,
about-
I
nobody
don't think
minds
anybody's
that we're-
mad
right.
that we talked about food. What I'm curious about is your customer service aspect. So when I talk about marketing and I talk about my business and I talk about my relationship with my wife, everything I do in the world is customer service related, right? It's
Yeah.
how you treat people and tonality of your voice. I'm big. I tell my kids all the time, like, you have to understand the power of the tonality of your voice,
Yeah.
right? So if I say to you, listen, Ettore, we had some dinner tonight, and I think your food sucks. That's going to be a problem, right?
Yes.
But if I said to you, listen, we were here tonight, and it was great. But I had a little bit of an issue with X, right? And I'm, of course, made that up because we haven't had an issue with anything here,
No,
right?
this place is great.
But aren't you going to respond to that second one a little different than you did the
Of
first?
course.
So
Of
I'm
course.
curious, from your expertise, what kind of customer service tip can we, over your years, and I'm dragging this out so you can formulate it in your head, what can we bring to the table from a marketing perspective or just a business perspective where this is Ettore's tip moving forward? If you're in the customer service industry, which everybody is, here's a tip. Here's something we can do to make people feel more loved, more warm, whatever. What are you bringing to White Dog that's different than across the street at X, Y, and Z?
Well, I really think it starts from the people that walk in the back door. At the end of the day, there's a lot of representatives of White Dog that are standing here, that are working really hard. So it's what we feed them in the sense of product knowledge, how we keep people excited about what we do, and the training that goes behind it. So basically, they are armed with the tools to read the guest and to give them the experience that they expect. And then if there's a problem, we train them in problem solving.
Right.
We train ourselves in problem solving. Is it there's a problem with the food? Is there a problem with the timing? Or is it that, you don't like the table because, the people at the bar are being too loud and you can't hear your wife speak to you. So
Right.
you have to be in tune with that stuff. Also, body language means a lot. How people sit.
So you coach
eye
your
contact.
servers and everything
Of course,
on this. And
of
now
course.
when you're
Sometimes they coach us.
okay.
It
That's
works two
brilliant what he
ways.
just said.
I love
That's
that.
brilliant what he just
I
said.
do. That's cool. How, and you said earlier that you like doing that. You gave me, I don't know if you said you're a good leader, but you gave me the impression that you're a really good leader. You can. Oh no, you said you're a good educator.
Teacher, yeah.
Teacher.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been told.
And that's wonderful. And look at the humility here. You gotta love that. So I want to break just for a second. How's it tasting? You're diving in.
He's lost for words.
Listen, it's a shame nobody can see what's going on right now.
He's
I
eating
totally
all of
answered
it.
that question, hoping there was going to be a 9-minute answer
And there
so I
is
could
going to
bail.
be, and he's
Dude,
enjoying
these
it.
are
Amazing.
really, really good.
And tell us what that is again. The potato.
It's potato cakes,
Potato cakes.
with crispy prosciutto,
Prosciutto.
and then just a little bit of horseradish crema.
Oh my God.
And I ate 2 so I could pass the tray down to
no,
you. Put it
just
up
eat
there.
3. I only want 1.
No.
No, go ahead. 3.
Well,
you have
at
3.
least,
I'll
all
have
right,
one.
so at least do this on air.
Merrick will be
Put it up that
sending
way.
some
I'm not
more,
going to
yeah.
do it. No, I'm not going to do it on air. But
That's okay.
I,
You can. I'll handle the rest of it.
I want to know more about the training and do you have is it self-made? Do you bring some kind of a training program in? What do you-
Well, no, I mean, White Dog, Fearless, they have a great training program, and I am just a great implementer, and, hopefully from my experience I can tweak it and just, make it a little more precise.
So
Yeah,
wait,
she's at a loss for words, huh?
she's at a loss because she's jamming the potato thing. That was really, really good. What do you think? Yeah, she's giving. You don't have to say it. Just give me the thumbs up. She's enjoying it.
She went in for a second
She's
bite.
enjoying it. So listen, we're actually getting to the end here. So that, first of all, your customer service thing was epic. Why don't you tell people how, if they want to come out and see you, like maybe people are listening and they say, I like that dude, I want to come sit with him one night at the
Excellent.
restaurant. How do we get in touch with you? How do we find the restaurants? How do we make reservations? Give us some of the information.
White Dog Café. I'm in Wayne. That's where I'm spending all my time right now. So you can come by anytime. You can look us up online. Open table reservations. You can go to fearlessrestaurants.com, and that'll show you all the Fearless restaurants. Mushaloo, Louie, White Dog. We also have Autograph, which is right down the street, and then we have some restaurants in
LBI, right?
LBI, yeah.
Yep.
We have Plantation, Daddy-O, and Tucker's Inn. So
Right.
a lot of great brands and a lot of fun, a lot of great food and service.
I'm excited for you for Rosalie's.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Are you planning any specific event? I know that would be Jamie's, expertise.
We haven't really discussed an opening party or anything like that at this point.
Will you bring the Italian family in from Naples?
Well, they are here now. I only have one uncle that lives in Sorrento, and they're enjoying themselves there. I'm not sure he's coming. I'm not sure he's coming this way. No.
That's great. So let me ask him one last question. I'm putting him on the spot.
Okay.
You're going to close it out.
Okay.
Of the Fearless Restaurants umbrella that we talked about, what's Ettore's famous? Yeah, no. Favorite one, or if you want to dig further, what's your favorite dish or drink at one of them? How about that?
That's a tough question. I love them all. The Mushaloo has the greatest view. It's an old ship, a tall ship. It's the only tall ship that has a restaurant in it. So that's always a great spot to go to. I mean, obviously, I'm sitting at White Dog Wayne. So White Dog Wayne is my favorite, by the way. And the food, it's all great. I mean, they're wonderful burgers. I love. Merrick just put on a pork Milanese with a snow pea salad. Just it's springy, it's fresh, it's tender. We tasted it the other day. I think it's fabulous.
Is that here right now?
It is here right now.
Well, that might be what I'm doing in about 7 minutes. You ready to wrap this up, Renali?
So happy that you've had us here tonight. We appreciate it. We can't
thank
wait
you
to
for
come
coming.
see you at Rosalie's.
Yes.
Gene, tell everybody where to find the Marketing RV podcast.
So like I say every single time, it's marketingrv.com, right? To go there. But what we really want you to do is if you like the show, go to iTunes, search for Marketing RV with Renali and Volpe, or Renali, whatever, and then subscribe and give us 5 stars. And like I say every time, not 3 stars. I don't want a bullshit review. I want a good one. And tell everybody on iTunes how handsome I am and what a pain in the ass Renali is.
That sounds great. And follow us on all the social, and we love your feedback. Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.